Interestingly, in this Digital Inclusion Action Plan, one of the things that the government is going to test this year is an idea of all government departments being part of a mass recycling scheme. There's no real one coherent system for recycling and refurbing devices and getting it back out. But there's more demand than there is supply, and the supply is fragmented. So I think it's very interesting that the government has decided, well, actually, there's a lot of kit in our own ministerial departments that's going to waste. Let's try and model a government-led way of responding to that as well. So, I mean, that's not going to help any of you tomorrow, but it might have shifted the dial on the supply and demand side of equipment within a year. So things like that are also quite hopeful about this action plan, I think.
Again, it's just stepping back and trying to look at things a little bit differently from what we've always done, isn't it?
Just to jump in there, I think what I like about that is government are leading by example.
Yeah, agreed, Scott, yeah.
I haven't managed to read that myself, and I know it's quite fresh in terms of being issued yesterday, that sort of initiative and action plan, Emma. But we did have another question on that, and I'm not sure if you've managed to consume it enough yourself either just yet. But is Helen Hapgood asks if that legislation is coming from UK wide, and how that potentially impacts or changes for the Welsh government specifically, if you're aware of that at all at this stage.
My speed read was that it's Whitehall saying they have got to work more coherently with Welsh and Scottish governments on this. It's not like anything is changing for any of the other nations. It's more that Whitehall is saying it needs to pay better attention to lessons learned and try and align. The detail of the how and the what, don't go reading that action plan for that. That's coming. But they're setting a stall out in a direction of travel and a direction of thinking that I feel quite confident about. And I was kind of worried, believe me. So if I feel that, ask me again next week when I've read it a couple of times. I might be going, oh my goodness, But yeah, that would be my initial takeout.